There he is. Hey, bud.
Hey, guys, can you hear me?
Hold on. Can you hear me? Yes?
I can hear you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear you. Just a second.
All right. So, this trip has not been great for exercise or, well, diet. I think diet was the one part of it that was okay for a while. But exercise, it's just been so crazy and so busy that I didn't get a chance really to get committed exercise. We'd go for, I went for walks. Like we took my nieces to a museum and we spent like 5 hours walking around. My Fitbit told me I hit 10,000 steps and, did the fireworks. So I was pretty stoked on that. But I didn't really get the chance to go for like dedicated exercise, and that kind of bummed me out. But it's just the reality of the trip. Each day was super busy. It was really tough to carve out that time to say, this is me time to exercise. So that was unfortunate. Devin, I'm sorry.
It happens. It's not the end of the world when that happens. Right, exactly. You kind of hit it on the head with something you said there. It was the reality of this trip, right? But you went and did what you could do. Like you were out walking a ton. I mean, you still stayed active. That should be looked at as your win, right? I mean, you didn't just sit around on the couch for your whole vacation and do nothing. You were out moving. You were out, exploring all this type of stuff. You're hitting 10,000 steps a day, 8,000 steps a day, whatever. And that there should be taken as a huge positive, right? It's just refocusing that oh, I didn't get to do this. Well, focus it more on what you did get to do, right?
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better about this. That's good, because I've been feeling guilty for like a week and a half. I haven't really gotten the chance to do it, so that's good. Nutrition-wise, I talked to you, Jeff, a little bit on our little chat about this, and in my check-in, that when I was at home on my routine, I had pre-cooked meals, so it was easy to just reach into the fridge, grab what I needed, and be done. Jumping on a plane, not being able to take pre-cooked meals with me, and then coming here and not really having the time to do that, it made it really tough to follow that plan that we had laid out. And like I had mentioned to you before, I think the toughest part wasn't overeating. For me, I had trouble because I felt that I was under eating, because if I felt I didn't hit my goal for the day, I was afraid to eat anything that wasn't on the plan. When I had coworkers ask me like, hey, let's go out for lunch, I didn't want to go to McDonald's or wherever they were going because I was afraid I would eat too many calories and not achieve my goal. And I have a feeling that's probably equally bad, like just not eating enough calories.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the thing. I mean, if you're not eating enough calories, yeah, there's going to be, you're going to decrease how you feel. I mean, you're going to feel like garbage if you're not eating nearly enough, right? So the thing that we have to understand when we're traveling, especially, this is really big, more so when we're traveling like you are, is that it can be difficult to kind of to keep on track. It can be difficult to eat a certain way, or we're doing very simple template design where it's like, okay, you're going to have this much protein, this much carb, this much fat, roughly, and I'm going to leave it up to you to put that meal together from the different food sources. When it comes to being on the road, that can definitely be difficult because you're eating out a lot, all that kind of stuff. But there are things that we can do when we're out at these things. Even McDonald's, for instance. And now McDonald's has all the calorie counts on their boards and everything. Choose the salad that has a protein with it, and then just limit the dressing that they put on it. Make sure that you're putting only a very small amount, because that's really what those salads, where a ton of those calories are coming from, right? It's really kind of crazy how much. And then make sure you're not having the fries with it, or make sure you're not subbing those fries for the salad. That's not how it works, right? You're having your protein-filled salad instead of a Big Mac with fries, right? We can make good decisions at places still, right? And that's what we really need to focus on, is that we are utilizing what we've been doing at home in terms of understanding, making sure we're getting our proteins, making sure we're getting the right amount of starchy carbohydrates and the right amount of fats, and including fiber in that meal, lots of veggies. We're able to do that still. We're able to use that idea and still do that in these places that are less desirable to eat, maybe. And that's really where we want to focus our energy. I've navigated this minefield, right? And take take comfort in the fact that I was able to do that. You were able to do that, right? I was able to succeed even though the conditions weren't perfect.
Yeah, overall I feel okay about it, but there was definitely those conflicting feelings. But let's talk about the really good part of this trip, you guys, is that I went into my office and the first thing every one of my coworkers said was, "You look great. You have lost weight."
Awesome, man.
Like, thank you guys. So that's exactly what I was hoping for. That was wonderful to hear. My suit. I put it on. It wasn't quite where I hoped it would be. My thighs are still a little tight in those pants, so I was like, oh well, okay. But the jacket fit on a lot nicer. Overall, I was very happy. My wife thought I looked wonderful, and I saw a guy there who I hadn't seen in at least 6 months. And he saw me, his eyes kind of lit up. I walked over and he said, "You look great, man. Have you lost weight? You look really good." And I said, "Oh yeah, I've been working out at this gym. We've been doing videos on it." And he says, "Oh, send me that. I really want to see that." So I've had a lot of really positive feedback about my appearance and my weight loss. So I want to thank you guys because it just makes you feel great when you hear that.
That's the stuff, that's what you got to take away from it, right? When there's always going to be negatives, like Jeff was talking about, but you got to take the positives out of those things. That's amazing. That's what we wanted.
Yeah, it was great to hear. So I was really excited about that. I had one girl at my work ask me, like, "Are you going to keep losing weight?" I'm like, "Well, that's the plan. I hope so." And she's like, "Oh, you're going to fall right through the cracks on the floor." And, and she was...
That's the thing. I mean, it's funny. Like, a lot of people like, "Oh, well, that's superficial goals, this aesthetic goal and all that." But you know what? We do this for one reason, realistically. That's to look better naked. I mean, let's not lie to ourselves, right? We can do this for our teeth and everything. But when it comes down to it, we all want to look better when we don't have any clothes on. It's 100% fact. And whoever's saying that that's not why they're doing it is lying.
Yeah.
But you have the health, you have the health for your kids and all that kind of stuff, and those are what continues that on that path. But we always have that inner desire to look, because that makes us feel good. It's okay to have that. I look great. That's going to make you feel better, and it's going to push you even harder. And that's exactly what these people, these outer people are telling you. They're seeing these results and like, dude, you look amazing. And now all of a sudden you have this huge motivation. It's like, damn, this is working.
Yeah.
Like I feel good. I'm doing really well, even though things aren't optimal at times. It's still, I'm still headed down this path, and things are improving, and I'm getting so much better at this, that, the other thing, and from there, that momentum builds up, the motivation grows, more momentum, and that positive snowball effect happens.
Yeah, I'm feeling really motivated to keep going. I had this weekend at the wedding where I fit into the suit, and then it was a big party. I ate the food, I drank the drinks. The next morning, the hotel, the little inn had a breakfast, and I'm not gonna lie to you. You'll see it in my check-in. I ate sausage, I ate egg. I enjoyed that time. I had to. That's what I've been working toward, was to fit into my suit, look good for it. So I did have that one moment of weakness where I said, you know what, I'm going to enjoy it to the fullest.
And that's just it. It's like one meal isn't going to railroad you. No. Like, that's one meal will only railroad you if you turn it in. You just say, screw it, my day is ruined. And it's like, then the next meal, and then the next meal, and then the next meal happens, right? You railroad yourself. But the fact that you're like, hey, I have this opportunity, I've reached my goal, and let's even reframe it away from the fact that I've reached this goal and that's over with and I'm going to reward myself. I don't like looking at food as a reward, but having that mindset that I'm here with friends and family, I'm going to remember this day. I'm going to remember this meal. It's a social event that I'm going to take back with me, about the laughs and about the time. You know what? Enjoy yourself, and then after that, the next meal is your next meal. It's the continuation of your day. It's not about getting back on track. It's just about continuing.
There's always another meal, and there's always another workout, right?
And
workout, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. There's only one. That's
fair. But I have one last thing. I have a special guest here.
Oh, jeez.
I have a very special guest who I'm going to introduce because I have one more full day here. One more full day. And now that I've reached that goal, I'm going to introduce you to my mother, who's decided to make me a few delicious things just to cap off my trip before I head back to reality.
Because I made lots of delicious things for the rest of the family last week, and he didn't eat them, which I get. That's okay.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I've seen you on Brian's videos, and
Devin and
I'm
Jeff.
on your Facebook page. But yep,
The good-looking one is Devin.
he's been really good. We bought lots of, I've spent more on vegetables this week than ever, and he's been eating them. I cut them up for him. We had a whole vegetable tray with dip, and he touched the dip. He was very, very, very good. But we are going to have a few of his favorites today, so he can have just a little bit of them. Well, it's not just him here, but and then they're going home tomorrow. So
yeah, so she did make me these treats.
These are the things that we just talked about. It's tonight. You're leaving to go home tomorrow. Now is the time to enjoy that time with your family, eating those things that you've always loved that she makes for you. Like this is the time that you're going to remember this, right? It's going to McDonald's with coworkers that you haven't seen in 6 months. That's not something you're going to remember. Tonight is something you're going to remember. So enjoy it.
Yeah, and I will. Trust me.
he stayed away from the beer though, completely.
Yeah, until the wedding. I had no beer.
He hasn't had none here.
And then back tomorrow, I'm back at it, back on track, and then coming to see you guys on Wednesday for another session.
Oh, awesome.
We've still got a lot of vegetables here that we bought specifically for him. That yes, some people in this house will eat them. We'll eat some of them, but we've got a lot, so he's going to have some more today at some point.
Definitely.
That'll be good for you, Brian. It
Yeah,
helps.
a healthy mix, I think, right?
100%.
All right, guys. Well, I wanted to thank you so much for everything. I reached my goal. I felt very, very happy on the wedding day to know that I fit into my suit. I look good. I feel good. And not just that, but knowing that it's going to be a lasting thing. Because I don't just feel like, all right, I'm done, screw it, give me all the food. I do feel that mentality of I want to keep at this and keep healthy. So I think it's the good track to be on. And I thank you guys so much.
Oh, you did a great job, man. Well done. Well
I
done.
can't wait to get you back here. We'll get you on a slightly more sustainable plan. We're just going to keep this going, man.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
It was nice to finally meet you guys.
Meet you, Mama.
Look forward to seeing you on the videos.
All right, guys. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye. You done good, Mom.